family's dedication to the Jewish community and the city of New York stretches back generations. My parents were both raised in New York City, and they were surrounded by family that were very committed to the Jewish community. Their parents both played pivotal roles in founding synagogues and Jewish schools. This legacy of service and dedication to the Jewish community and New York as a whole is deeply ingrained in my upbringing and continues to inspire me today. At home, community engagement wasn't considered something that was extra. It was something we did because we're members of the community, and we wanted to help ensure its vitality. My parents planted the seeds of leadership and responsibility that continue to guide me today. My maternal grandfather, having witnessed a world before Israel's existence and undoubtedly carrying the weight of pogroms and vulnerability faced by his family and all Jews, deeply valued the state's survival, especially during its fragile early years. My paternal family's connection to Israel began with immigration from Lithuania to Israel in the early 1800s. By the time my parents married in the early 80s, my father had already visited Israel 70 times, often during Passover and Tisha B'Av, which is the day that commemorates our exile from Jerusalem. It's a powerful reminder to never take this haven for granted. When I was 17, I went on a trip to Ethiopia with my mother, where we helped with the Jewish community. I volunteered in a school, witnessing the power of Jewish education in Ethiopia firsthand. It provided the community with a vital connection to their history and traditions, ultimately fostering a shared language with the global Jewish community, especially with Israel. When I went to volunteer in Israel after college, one of the communities I worked with was the Ethiopian community, so I continued to remain connected. My most recent trip to Ethiopia was incredibly powerful when I accompanied over 200 new Ethiopian Olim on Aliyah to Israel. It was incredibly moving to see families wearing their best to board the plane and be excited to be reunited with family members that they might not have seen in over 20 years. I remain passionate about Israel and education. Jewish education and community engagement are cornerstones of my life for two key reasons. Firstly, they connect me to my heritage and family history. Learning about our traditions and history provides a sense of belonging and purpose, while also honoring the legacy of those who came before me. Secondly, a strong Jewish community is vital for New York City itself. By fostering Jewish education and engagement, we not only strengthen our own community, but also contribute to the richness and diversity that makes New York City truly great. During my time at Brown, I'd begun to witness how the discourse on Israel was changing and Jewish identity was being concealed by students scared to be isolated and ostracized. The JCRC Scholars as Bridge Builders program fosters respectful dialogue about Israel, promoting student safety and building bridges between communities. That's one of the reasons I'm so proud to be part of JCRC. The Blumberg Family Young Leadership Award has helped me shine a light on the incredible but sometimes quiet work that JCRC does. Tom believes that the Jewish community's best days are still ahead, and the way to get there would be to invest in our next generation. When Tom called to nominate me for the award, I said, I don't know that I can accept it, but I'll take it as a placeholder for my children. He paused and said that he knew we had the right person. Legacy isn't a static thing that I'm leaving behind. Rather, it's an ever-present question that my kids should be asking themselves. What can I do now to help my community grow stronger? My husband Gedalia and I are a team. We work together to share our values with the next generation. My mother has always been an incredible role model for me. She dedicates all of her time to different educational institutions, Jewish day schools, and universities in Israel. She spends a lot of time volunteering one-on-one with women who are undergoing cancer treatments. During the height of COVID, my mother booked more than 1,000 vaccine appointments. The city thought she had her own clinic. One of the things that's very special to me is that I'm able to share that with my kids. My daughter has recently asked for my mother to come in to speak to her class about all of her volunteerism. This award reminds me of how much I learned from my mom and that my children are watching as well.